All right, what is up, Speed Truth Sports? I'm Bert, and I'm here with Tae, and today we are going over the AFC West, and we're going to give our predictions for the standings and all that. Why don't you go ahead and kick off? Who's your first team in the AFC? I think we both know who the first team
is. Yeah, we both going to go, obviously, Kansas City.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Until Mahomes and Tyreek, until they have some clash, that division is going to rule for a while. I mean, the offense is too crazy, and then the defense is just good enough to hold off for the crazy offense they have. And then another thing though, they did add line. They added Thuney and Kyle Long. I'm not too high on Kyle Long coming out of retirement. We got to see how good he really is. I don't know if he's like really up to still playing at NFL speed still. But I mean, when he was there, he was still pretty good.
They also added Orlando Brown Jr.
Yeah. Orlando Brown Jr. And then they got a DN, David Needham one, Taco Charlton. He's not the best, but he's a speed guy off the edge who's somewhat decent. But they did lose Fisher and Schwartz, who were two big linemen for that Super Bowl team both times. And they lost Sherman, who was a legend, Kansas City legend. And then the one and only, the infamous Kansas City legend, Damian Williams, the guy who erupted out of nowhere.
Yeah.
When who was it that went down? Oh, once Kareem Hunt got his allegations and he had got in trouble with the NFL, Damian Williams came out of nowhere and took over. But
the thing with all their losses is that they got guys to fill in.
Yeah, to fill in right away. So Oh, and they lost Sammy Watkins. I forgot about that too.
Yeah. I forgot to name the people in the division first. It's the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Broncos. Those are the 4 teams in the division, if you didn't know.
Absolutely.
The second pick is where it gets interesting because it could go in a number of directions.
Yeah.
I'm probably not. We're definitely probably not matched up on the rest of this list. Who do you have in second place for the AFC West?
I'm a little biased, but just a tad bit. But I got my boys in second, man. I can't count them out.
The Raiders.
I'm high on the offense right now. I'm really high on how we've been looking, just overall in general. Brian Edwards has impressed me a lot. He looks like he's going to be our number one guy. I mean, I don't know.
I've been on Edwards. I've been on him since last year. I knew he was going to be good, man.
I don't know about the Randy Moss and Terrell Owens praise, but he's good. Strong hands, big body. He's quick, good routes. I pray that Henry Ruggs learns how to run more than 2 routes this year. We can actually use him. He can be useful, and Derek Carr cannot underthrow some deep balls. So far, they look like they've been connecting pretty good. Defensive side, sleeper, man. Nate Hobbs. He's coming for that slot DB position, man. He's looking pretty good. I'm excited about him. Morig, of course. I was ecstatic when we drafted him, and then added on Ngakoue, Thomas. And then we traded today for Perryman. Hopefully he'll just be good enough. He's Gus Bradley guy. He's been in that system forever. I'm really liking this Gus Bradley ran defense. I'm loving the enthusiasm. They're playing really fast, physical, and I'm excited. I'm a little amped up. I am. I can't lie.
Okay. My second is very different from yours. It is not the Raiders. First, I do want to go back to the Chiefs. I think they're probably going to get around 13 to 15 wins. I think that's the range.
Yeah, easily.
The second team I have, though, is the Denver Broncos. And so let me tell you why I have the Denver Broncos in second, because they have such a cupcake schedule. Cupcakes compared to the rest of their division. They have such their first 3 weeks against the New York Giants, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the New York Jets. Like, come on. Those are 3 of the worst.
They're giving them wins.
Those are 3 of the worst teams in the league.
Free wins, man. Free wins. It makes no sense.
They do have some tough matchups, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and all that. But I think in general, they're also going against Detroit and the Bengals. And sometimes they'll probably sweep a win off of the Raiders once now and then. Divisional rivalries, you can't really like match up their talent because rivalry is just special. But
yeah,
the Broncos' schedule is so much easier than the rest of their division. I think the range of wins probably going to be like around anywhere from like 6 to 10. I think they got a pretty wide
Yeah.
range. It all depends on how Teddy meshes with everybody, or if he does bad and they put in Drew Lock, I think it might actually make the team worse. But
And they just gotta pray that defense stays healthy, man. That's one thing that I'm scared about with Denver. Their defense has always been really good, but they haven't had a quarterback to make that offense, to get that offensive push. But I mean, if they stay healthy on defense, you have a point. You do have a point with the cupcake schedule. Von Miller coming back. They bring back Fuller. You know, they signed Justin Simmons to a big contract, so you know he's coming in. He's ready to go. So it's a matter of time. But you know, I can't give him too much praise. I'm not a big Denver guy, you know. But
all right, who you got in third?
I got the Chargers, and
I do too.
You know, me being realistically, they could honestly take that second in the division too. I'm scared of Justin Herbert because he's looking like he's going to be a problem in that division for a while. Mm-hmm. Another thing is that offense, man. Him and Jalen Guyton. I don't know what happened in the end of the season last year, but so far it's looking like they just picked up where they left off. Mike Williams looks like he's finally going to try to look like he's going to do something for once. I can't say he should be good. I'm rooting for him, but he's let me down for a couple years in a row. So
he gets injured so often, though. He's like the Sammy Watkins of the Chargers. Like,
he is, man. You get 6 games, like 6 games, man. Him and Sam, you guys get six games max. They look like, you know, Pro Bowlers, and then you know they fall off the face of the earth. So, but yeah, I got Chargers. You know, they added Jared Cook. Rashawn Slater was big because they needed to improve that line to protect Herbert. Asante Samuel Jr. is going to a good secondary. You know, they lost Casey Hayward. He came to the Raiders. You know, we took him away. Another Gus Bradley guy we took away. But I don't know, man. That secondary is still good. Chris Harris Jr., Derwin James is coming back and he's ready to light it up again. So you know, I'm a little worried about them, but I think the Raiders offense can hold them off. You know, just a little bit. You know, on top of them losing Hunter Henry, that's a big thing. And then, you know, Gus Bradley, you know, he's been having that defense flying around for years. You know, losing them is big. So we'll just have to see how they do with that new DC and see how it goes.
I'm pretty optimistic for the most part about the Chargers. I have them in third as well. I do think they could leapfrog to second. It just depends on how consistent they are as opposed to the Broncos. And with Austin Eckler there, Keenan Allen. I mean, Justin Herbert has a lot of options. He has a lot of weapons. I'm a little bit worried about him maybe going through a sophomore slump. Maybe teams, now they have more tape on him. His rookie year, they didn't really have much tape on him. But now they got more tape on him. Maybe they start shutting him down in certain ways. But for the most part, I think Justin Herbert's going to have a good season. I think this team is going to have a good season. I think the range is a little bit less varied in terms of wins than the Broncos. I kind of have the range at more of like 7 to 10. I think the reason I have the Broncos above the Chargers, like I said, because their schedule, I think they'll lean more towards the latter of their win total than the former. But I think the Chargers will kind of be in that middle of the pack range, and I think they end up either second or third. I don't think they're taking first. Some people are hyping them up to take first.
They're not there yet. They have good pieces, and I can't believe I forgot Keenan Allen. I mean, he's got one of the best route runners in the league. Me, formerly playing receiver in football, idolize his footwork, his route running. He's not fast, but he got a little quick twitch to him that a lot of people can't guard. So I'm a little worried about that. And then Eckler, but I think the thing with Eckler is that he got to stay healthy too, man. I like Eckler. He's a nice guy. He's fast, quick. He's able to catch out the backfield too for them. So, but as long as he can stay healthy, I mean, sky's the limit for him too. So honestly,
yeah, a lot of the offense is like if they just stay healthy. Jared Cook has dealt with injuries in the past. Keenan Allen has in the past, and so has Austin Eckler. And so if they stay healthy, you know, they definitely, I think, could take second. But if they don't, if they have like injury ups and downs, I think they'll drop to third, maybe fourth. But we'll get into that in a second. You have the Broncos at fourth, right?
I do.
Yeah.
But you know, they got a cupcake schedule, but I don't know, man. I'm not too high on what they got going on there. They seem a little confused on what they have going on. I mean, I know they're going to try to ride it out with Teddy B, but I mean, I don't know. He's better than Drew Lock, but I think they definitely should have went and drafted a QB. They messed up not drafting Justin Fields when they had the chance.
I agree.
Could have had Justin Fields, and they would have been just fine. If they drafted Justin Fields, I would have had them, third, pushing second in the division based off
so you
having
think,
a quarterback.
So do you think they took Trey Lance? So do you believe Justin Fields is better than Trey Lance? Because I personally kind of do. But I think Trey Lance has a chance to have some upside.
I say that Trey Lance has a higher ceiling,
yeah,
in my opinion, than Justin Fields. But it's
just
because
a player has that ceiling doesn't mean they'll reach it.
He'll reach it exactly. Fields is coming in already with great IQ. He's coming from a great program. At that, he's always been a top guy in his class. When coming out of high school, was top quarterback. He beat out Trevor Lawrence in the Elite 11. I believe they played in playoffs in Georgia, and he beat them then too. So it's just something about Fields, man. He has that it factor that he's always wants to win. He's like a dog, man. You just can't take it out of him. But going back to Denver, I just think, I don't know. I'm not big on that offense. Mainly, they don't have the greatest O-line. They don't have anybody to protect Teddy B, and he's already had major injuries. So it's only a matter of time before something goes wrong there. But they have weapons though. Judy, Hamler, Cortland Sutton. I mean, their receiving core is great. Don't get me wrong. I'm scared of the receiving core because it's really good. Judy's fast. Hamler's the touchdown guy. It seems like he just blows by everybody. And Cortland Sutton is just that big target they have that they can just rely on. So I don't know. Another thing with is that defense. They got Von Miller coming back. They just signed back Kyle Fuller. They re-signed Justin Simmons. They got drafted Patrick Surtain. So that's a big thing too. So it's just a matter of time. But I don't know. I think that offense is really going to hold them back from really getting a lot of wins this year.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. If the offense isn't consistent, like, they're done. And if their defense gets hurt, like, they're probably done as well. That's why I had such a big range for them. But in fourth place for me, I got the Raiders. And this isn't like a they got destroyed. This is like they just barely hit fourth.
Yeah.
I got their range kind of from 6 to 9 in terms of wins. And honestly, I'm not super excited about the offense besides Darren Waller. And Brian Edwards. If anybody gets hurt, I mean, like, the guys that need to step up are not as good.
Not as great, yeah.
Yeah. Their depth isn't great on offense. Derek Carr's fine. He's I'd say slightly above average quarterback in my opinion, maybe a little more above average. And their defense, it's still a little bit of a work in progress. It's getting better. It's been improving year by year, but they still have young guys on that end they need to build up. So, and combined with their really difficult schedule, I mean, they're going against the Ravens, Steelers, and Chargers in their first 4 weeks. Third week is the Dolphins, which aren't a slouch either. Then they're going against the Bears, the Broncos, who have a really good defense, and then the Eagles. And they still have to go against the Chiefs twice. They're going against the football team. They're going against the Browns. They're going against the Colts. I mean, that is such a difficult schedule. Like,
yeah, man, it's crazy. I don't, I really, as a fan, I don't get it. Why NFL? Why do you guys hate us, man? What is it? I don't get it, man. They just don't like us. I don't know. It's just the Raiders, the culture.
They keep giving the Broncos a really good schedule.
Yeah, man, they get these cupcake wins. I can't stand it. It's okay though.
It's all right. But yeah, I mean that's what we got for the AFC West. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time.
Appreciate you guys.